I know it's the holidays, and even if you don't completely change your diet for this upcoming Thanksgiving and Christmas, try to watch your portion control. You shouldn't have to be letting your clothes out and eating so much where you can't even move. You know, work on you.
Hello, motherfucker.
Thanks for joining. We'll be discussing fitness, fashion, and ways to focus on greatness. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. Hey, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll know when I upload new videos. Today, I want to discuss the importance of not eating dairy, a dairy-free diet. Why it's so important, more specifically to Black women. And I know we're getting closer to the holidays, and you know, not eating dairy is not an option for most of you, and you feel like there's no way I'm not eating that mac and cheese, there's no way I'm not eating X, Y, and Z. But I want us to focus more on our health than eating good food. I did jot a few notes. Now, from a human standpoint, the reason why a lot of people should not eat dairy, I'm not sure if you're aware, but a female cow is purposefully impregnated by injecting bull semen into her. It's not a natural transition. The female cow is purposefully injected with bull semen so that she gets pregnant, because of course, just like the human body works, the female cow cannot produce milk unless she is pregnant. And you know, maybe that may resonate something with you, because you might not even think about it, but yes, they are basically raped and injected with bull semen so that they get pregnant. Once they've had the baby is immediately taken from the cow, because of course they don't want the cow to drink the milk, because they're going to sell the milk to you. If the calf is a female, it will in turn mirror the image of its mother. If it's a male, they will be sold and used for meat that you consume, ground beef, steak, whatever else, that other kind of meat that they can cut from the cow. That's what happens in a cow's life. So from a human standpoint, you may want to think about that. And we are not made to consume milk. Most people say, well, I'm lactose intolerant, or you may feel stomach aches when you eat ice cream or drink milk or eat a lot of cheese. And it's because our bodies are not really intended to consume milk. You're not really lactose intolerant, you just aren't a baby cow. You don't see a goat drinking cow milk, or you don't see a cat drinking dog milk. We are the only species that drinks another species' milk, and adults don't need milk. We need formula when we're we need milk when we're a baby, because we need those proteins from our mother, those nutrients and those proteins from our mother. And if you really think about it, many cows are injected with growth hormones. So when they're injected with the growth hormones, we are in turn taking those growth hormones in, which is why you see a lot of problems with females, especially Black women, with fibroids and children maturing at a faster rate than they usually would have, because of those growth hormones that the cows are injected with, and then we're putting them in our bodies, which we're taking in those growth hormones. Now, from a diet standpoint, that's why it's so important that we do not consume dairy. Number one, if you notice you're having a problem with acne, especially as an adult woman, try to remove dairy from your diet for 6 weeks and see what happens. You don't have to take my word for it, but try for 6 weeks. That's a short amount of time, and you will see a great improvement in your skin. I don't eat dairy. My skin isn't error free. I do have on makeup, but I have not had acne since I've been vegan. I have not had any woman problems in the area down below. I had a lot of fibroids. I was even told that I had endometriosis over the last 2 years, about 2 years ago when I went to the doctor, and I wasn't even aware of it because, like most doctors or your parents, when you have terrible cramps and bad bleeding, heavy bleeding, they tell you to suck it up. It's just a part of womanhood, and it's not. You should not be keeled over in pain when you're having your menstrual cycle. And I was just brushed away. I wasn't given any medication until I went to one of my doctors that has since moved away, but I went to one of my doctors, and many of you that know me know my story, but I ran across a nurse practitioner that was very kind, and she gave me that advice. Lori, give up dairy for 3 months and see what happens. I was on so much medication just trying to regulate my menstrual cycle, and it was costly, it was time consuming, and it was not helping. I gave up dairy for 3 months. This was in 2015. I gave up dairy for 3 months and no longer had any issues at all. I removed myself from medication. I don't even have a menstrual cycle. I haven't had any issues at all with fibroids, tumor, or anything, which once I was bleeding so heavy, I was almost going to have a blood transfusion. I was bleeding so much. So I just want to encourage you all, of course, talk to your doctor, but you know your body more than anyone. And a lot of male doctors, they will tell you, oh, suck it up, it's just a part of being a woman. And it's not. You should not be experiencing terrible pain. I'm not saying becoming vegan is a cure for endometriosis, but it is an underlying symptom that can help. That it really can help, and I am a testimony to that. I have lived that life, and it has been successful for me. Also, I want to bring up the fact that when you're drinking milk, there's a lot of pus that you're consuming. PUS. There's a lot of pus that you're consuming, and you'll see it. For example, in my story, I used to just cough up cold for at least an hour every morning. Every morning when I woke up, I would cough up cold, non-stop, just coughing. I just didn't think much of it. Hey, I have cold in my system. I would have to wipe it out of my eyes. I would have to wash my face when I woke up. Before I left the house, because I didn't wear makeup on a daily basis, before I left the house, I would have to wipe crust out of my eyes again. And it's the pus trying to get out of your system, which pus is the key ingredient to all disease that is in your body. You should not be consuming the pus, because it creates more pus in your body. Excuse me. And if anybody follows Dr. Sebi, you know, he's given this information plenty of times. You never have to take my word for it or his word for it. You know, do your own research and actually try on your own. Try to give up meat, or try to give up cheese, or try to give up dairy for a certain number of certain time period, and see how your body reacts to see if it's true or not. You know, I know the holidays are coming and you want to eat the quote unquote good food, but most of the time the good food is not good for you. So you have to weigh your options. I see people joking a lot on Facebook, and it really bothers me. It really upsets me when I see obese people, overweight people joking about food, constantly posting food that they know is bad for them, that's harmful for them. And then I also see so many people my age or even younger dying of heart disease, diabetes, and these are all things that you can control with your diet. And it's really sad. I see a lot of black men are dying of these diseases, and it's like everybody thinks it's funny until it happens and you have to bury someone, and then they may not have life insurance. It's really sad. Okay, so I know it's not easy to give up the foods we love, especially those things we've been culturally taught that are important in our life. And it's really not as important as we have made these foods to be. And you know, I've been made fun of and say, oh girl, what do you eat? Grass? No, I eat plenty. You know, I'm not skinny, as you can see. I'm not underweight. I eat plenty of foods, not just salads. It's so easy to be a vegan today because most of the foods you can replace. Most of your favorite recipes I'm able to replace with plant-based products, whether it be milk, cheese, cream cheese, sour cream, everything that you usually would consume. There's a plant-based variety for that, whether it be a nut product, soy product, or oat based foods that will replace milk and dairy products. So it's pretty simple for you to obtain these grocery items this day and age. And then I have people that say, well, it costs so much to eat vegan. It really doesn't, unless you're eating the vegan junk foods. Of course, beans, nuts, fruits, and vegetables don't cost more than a steak or a salmon or chicken or pork. They don't cost more. So that's just an excuse. And if you haven't honestly tried and went to the grocery store and seen this for yourself, don't give in to that notion just to make an excuse not to eat healthy. And even if anyone's in Chicago, I'm willing to go to the grocery store with you and show you what I usually eat, what our family eats. It doesn't cost more because we don't eat out at all. We don't eat fast foods. We don't go to the steakhouses. We don't go to the breakfast bars. And if you actually add up all the money that you spend on fast food and eating out at restaurants, I can guarantee you spend much more money, probably two times or more money spending money on your eating and food habits than I do as a vegan. I can guarantee you, we can place that bet and we can do a challenge and add up the receipts, because we don't eat out at all, fast food or restaurants, and we save by cooking our own foods. Even if it might be a little more costly at the grocery store, you're going to the grocery store and you're eating out for lunch and you're eating fast food on the way home. I used to work downtown, and I know for a fact I would spend at least $10 on lunch. And that's just one meal for one day, not even the whole week. So if you think a work weekend, I'm spending $50 just for lunch, that's a lot of money. That's not even counting Starbucks, little treats, or grabbing KFC or Popeyes on the way home for your kids. So that money does add up. Yeah, so that was about it. I just want to say, if you are experiencing any ailments, just start with removing dairy from your diet. Give yourself 6 weeks. I see a lot of challenges, push-up challenge, ab challenge, the booty challenge, squat challenge. And we are, as women, it is important how we look, but more important than that, I want the message to be how we feel on a regular basis. Give up dairy and notice how you feel, and then you will start looking better. The weight will come off, and you will feel more excited about eating food that will help you have a little more energy, give you clearer skin, and all of that. Your hair will grow better. All of those things play a part in your diet. And I know it doesn't seem that way, and you feel like, well, my grandma is 90 and she ate pork rinds, and my auntie lived a long time. Yes, but what's going to be your quality of life? If you notice, in most Black families, the older generation, they aren't moving and shaking. They're sitting in a chair, they're rocking in a chair, they cannot even walk good, they can't move well, they aren't able to get around like they would if they remove those things from their diet. So yeah, who wants to live to be 90 years old and you can't take care of yourself? If you notice, all of the older people that are of age, you know, of the older generation that are still active, they have been active and they have had a change in their diet where they're eating healthy. So I just want to put that little reminder in your ear. I know it's the holidays, and even if you don't completely change your diet for this upcoming Thanksgiving and Christmas, try to watch your portion control. You shouldn't have to be letting your clothes out and eating so much where you can't even move. You know, work on you. I know having a slim waist and a big booty is the thing right now, but it's so many people. Yeah, you have a big rear end and you're infested with disease inside because you're constantly consuming that food, and liposuction can't get rid of it, BBL can't get rid of it, squat challenges can't get rid of it. The only thing that's going to work is changing your diet. Let me know what you guys think. Are you going to give it a try? Let me know where you're at with your diet and making healthy choices with it. And as usual, these are just my opinions, not the law. Thanks for watching.